Chapter 7. Where am I? And who are you people? Liam asked, in a weak voice. Quizzically looking at the middle-aged couple, who were looking at him with smiles plastered on their faces. He had no idea who the couple were, he was sure he had people in his whole life. Shifting his gaze from them, he looked at the nurse who was standing next to him, with eyes that demanded answers. What's going on, where am I? Liam asked again, looking around the big beautiful and luxurious room. He was not in a hospital bed. He was sure of that. Closing his eyes, the memories of what happened to him came back. He remembered that he had gotten beaten up pretty badly by some gangers. He thought he was going to die. My son. Mrs. Irena Danvers walked over to the bed and sat beside her son, tears of joy welling out of her eyes. Emmer Galvin Danvers stood up from his chair as well, taking a seat on the side of the bed, just next to his son. A smile plastered on his face. At this moment he was the happiest man alive. He finally found his long-lost son. Their son? Liam was puzzled. Wait. What? He was very surprised. Why was this couple calling him their son? He couldn't understand what was happening. At that time he started thinking, in the body of the couple's son? That was the only thing that made sense to him at the moment. Ma'am, mister, I'm sorry, but I have no idea who you people are, and I'm not your son. Liam said in a weak voice. Trying to sit up again, but he couldn't move. He was weak after the beating he got from those gangsters. Yes, you are, dear, you're our long-lost son. We have been looking for you for 19 years. Liam's mother spoke up. She couldn't control a tear falling from her eyes as she spoke. Liam was puzzled. I'm sorry, how do you know my name, sir? Liam asked, his eyes looking back and forth between the couple. He had to admit it. He resembled the lady a lot. They both had blonde hair and blue eyes. And come to think of it, his late parents weren't his biological parents. He was adopted from the orphanage by them when he was just 5 years old. So the couple might be right, he is their son? Realization hit Liam. He was now realizing that the couple might be his biological parents. Liam looked at the couple. What proof so you have that I'm your son? Liam asked politely. Trying to sit up, but he couldn't move, his body was still weak. Heck, he could barely move his legs. Yet another reason to hate Lopez's and his adopted uncles and aunts. And also Erin. That green-eyed witch. He was pretty sure she had something to do with him getting beat up since her family and his adopted aunt's family were very close, and the one thing they had in common was that they all hated him to the core. Mrs. Irene, Liam's mother, smiled faintly after hearing her son demanding proof that she is his mom. Swiftly, she took out her iPhone and unlocked it, and then she scrolled through some pictures and videos of her son when he was a child. Looking at her son, she handed him the cell phone. I hope this is enough, she said. Taking the iPhone from his mom and focusing his eyes on the phone screen, Liam scrolled through a bunch of pictures. His eyes grew wider as he recognized himself on some of the pictures on the phone. He could also recognize the couple standing next to him on the pictures. The couple looked much younger, but they were Mr. and Mrs. Danvers. Liam's mom smiled. And if it still doesn't satisfy your doubt. She paused her sentence, and then she walked to a document. Walking back to the bed, she handed Liam the document. The documents were DNA results. Taking the documents from his mom's hands, Liam looked at them, his eyes growing wide out of shock again when he saw what was on the papers. It was confirmed that his DNA and theirs matched 99.98%, meaning the couple were his parents. At that moment Liam was happy that he finally found his real parents. Taking his eyes off the documents, Liam looked at his mom. Then how do you explain me being adopted? Liam asked with a curious look. He was happy that he finally found his real parents, but he still needed an explanation from them. He wanted to know why they left him on an orphanage. Why did they let him suffer all this time? There was silence in the room for quite some time. Liam just laid there on the bed, monitoring his dad and mom's reaction, waiting for them to start talking. Well? Liam let out, growing impatient. Closing his eyes, Liam's dad sighed. He slowly opened his eyes and started talking. We had to give you away, son. His dad started explaining. He explained everything. Your grandfather, he had made a lot of enemies in his life. And one day, those people came to get revenge on him. Me and your mom. We were on the run. And we were afraid they might harm you too if they ever find us, so we gave you to an orphanage to make sure you were safe. Dear, trust us, we wanted to give you a better life more than anything in the world, his mom said. Don't worry, we took care of the people who separated us. The only important thing right now is that we're reunited. His dad assured, reaching to take Liam's hand. One could imagine the joy it brought Mr. and Mrs. Danvers when they finally got their son back. And Liam himself was also happy. Just then, the door opened. Lady walked inside the room, carrying an iPad on her arm. A gentle smile made its way to her face when she saw the handsome face that was laying on the bed. She was the same lady that had picked him up and unconscious. Her only regret was that she didn't get to punish the people who beat up her master. Young master is awake. The lady bowed slightly to Liam. Young Master Danvers. How are you? She greeted, blushing at the sight of him. Her voice sounded a bit familiar to Liam. Were you the same person I spoke to on the phone? Liam asked. Who always called him on that unknown number was the lady. Yes, Master Danvers, my name is Amanda and I'm Mrs. Danvers' personal assistant. I had been calling you to tell you about your parents.